ago, when I had 10 minutes with the governor, I gave him 5 action steps. It was just a 4-page summary of the status of kids in Colorado. And so he was very amenable to taking on those 5 action steps, one of which was an audit. He appointed this public policy person for me to work with who was wonderful for the 2 months that she was here, and then the election occurred and she went off to Washington. But the bottom line is, I think what happens in our work is that we talk about foster kids, just like the audit, the kinship audit that was finalized, I guess, in 2023. I mean, there are 300 kids that have moved like between 5 and 10 times. And then we have another 35 kids that have been moved between 10 and 20 times. We have kids that are moved 28 times. We have an infant who was moved 7 times in a year. Now, is everybody marching to the Capitol? Is anybody outraged? Is anybody looking at that document and saying, oh my God, we have to do something? No. So I called for a statewide awareness campaign where the governor led it. The governor called for, support for families, both birth families, foster families, adoptive families, to get to the point where people would be inspired to change the system. I also urged that every time a child is moved for the 3rd time, that there should be a court hearing and the governor should lower the flag, and it's an emergency, because once you move a kid 3 times, you could be sure that kid's going to move 10 times. We can't legislate humanity, and that's missing in our system. We are treating these kids like widgets, and we make decisions about them without any understanding or empathy for what they're experiencing. And I think by examining what's not working in the lives of these children in living color, in other words, we know who these kids are, we know their names, we know the lives that they've led under our care. We can then make different decisions about how we serve this population of kids.